Dan Rafael reported that Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo only did 650 to 750,000 pay-per-view buys. Now, initially hearing that number, you think, wow, they actually did a good amount of pay-per-view buys. But when you look at it and compare it to some of the other mega fights this year, like Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, I think they hit about 800,000 pay-per-view buys. Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, I think they hit 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. So to hear 650 to 700,000 pay-per-view buys, considering Canelo Alvarez is supposed to be the face of boxing, are actually very bad numbers. And it just goes to show that Canelo Alvarez's day of being the face are over. He fought a black American fighter, Jermell Charlo, who actually has a good amount of audience himself, and they weren't able to do that good. But Jermell Charlo fought like an absolute bum. I never want to hear about Jermell Charlo ever again, or Jermall Charlo. I don't want to hear about the Charlo brothers ever again. They should both retire and never show their faces on camera again when it comes to boxing. But that's just how it goes with those two. There are also reports that Eddie Hearn is in talks to make a fight for next year between Chris Eubank Jr. and Connor Benn. This is a fight that people have been trying to see and watch for 2, 3, 4 years now. Connor Benn and Chris Eubank have been rivals. They've been talking smack to each other. And I love Chris Eubank Jr. You know, he came up with a big win over Liam Smith after losing to Liam Smith to get his revenge. And I just respect his will to win. And I like Chris Eubank. He's a humble champion and he's a good fighter. Connor Benn is a cocky drugs cheat. I don't like him. His father injured Gerald McClellan for life. And for those reasons, I want Chris Eubank Jr. to destroy Connor Benn really badly, and I hope he does. And I'm pretty sure next week we will hear that fight being made officially. And it'll be a great fight for English-British fans because this is a rivalry that must be watched. There's also a fight tomorrow night that I really am not too curious about. I will be tuning in just because it's on. Josh Warrington will be taking on Lee Wood in the 130-pound division for the belt. I think Lee Wood's not a great fighter. He's a good technical boxer. I think he'll do just enough to beat Josh Warrington. I think it's going to be a close fight. But I have Lee Wood winning by split decision victory. And we'll see what he does next after he beats Josh Warrington. I think that'll be something interesting to watch, to say the least. But as we know, with the pay-per-view flops, Canelo Alvarez is no longer the face of boxing. And also, in other boxing news, Oscar Dela Hoya met with Bob Arum last night and earlier yesterday to discuss some potential mega fights between promotions. Bob Arum is obviously with Top Rank. Oscar Dela Hoya is with Golden Boy Promotions. There are rumors out there that Shakur Stevenson will fight William Zepeda come next year, and that'll be a Golden Boy fighter versus a Top Rank fighter. And also, there are talks for Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan Garcia. That would be a mega fight to say the least. That would make me have to regress my statements on Oscar De La Hoya being a hypocrite. Because if Teofimo versus Ryan gets made, I have nothing bad to say other than boxing is here, baby. Let's get it.